All right, the heavy hitters are here. Cosmo Macero of O'Neill & Associates. A man who's got a bee in his bonnet over the Cape Cod Bear. Quickly, what's your gripe?
This bear did not swim the canal. The canal's at swirling, dangerous currents, like San Francisco Bay. Now he's across the canal. He's here. Where's Waldo? He's teeing off at Dennis Pines. He's at the Melody Tent. It's a hoax, okay? It's a hoax.
It's a hoax. They caught a bear. They have a live bear, but it's a hoax to you.
There's bears in Massachusetts. Wicked big news.
Well, it's not a hoax then. No, I mean...
He didn't swim the canal. Nobody swims the canal.
As they said in Plan 9 from Outer Space, can you prove it didn't happen?
Please.
Peter Cadges of the Boston Phoenix, who's just bemused by Cosmo's obsession with the bear.
I'm a well-adjusted individual.
I got my iPhone on a tripod in my backyard. I caught the bear at midnight. It's a great photo.
Well, let's put your conspiracy theories to the test then. Let's start with the Commerce Secretary, who we're told in his 3 car crashes had a seizure, even though in between 1 and 2, he got out of the car to check on the other people, then got back into his car, seizure picked back up apparently, and then he caused 2 more accidents. He's on medical leave now. Are you buying this, Cosmo?
I gotta say, I kind of am. Now, this is an incredibly embarrassing episode, certainly for him. The behavior described is consistent with what happens when you have a seizure. You lose recollection of the incident. You lose control. Now, it's odd that he had these 2 or 3 different incidents. That seems too long for a seizure. But he passed the breathalyzer, took it voluntarily. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
So you're not believing in the Cape Cod Bear, but you're believing in the Commerce Secretary.
I'm just going to give him the benefit of the doubt, that's all.
Do you believe Lindsay Lohan's Porsche's brakes failed, too? You got to at this point.
I'm giving the guy a benefit of the doubt if he says he has a seizure.
Peter, been a tough month for the president. This is not helping.
No, it doesn't help, but listen, within a week or 2, the truth of this will be out. If it wasn't...
I don't know. Did Patches Kennedy, was it Ambien that caused his falling asleep at the wheel? I mean, do we ever get the truth in these stories?
Listen, the guy either has a health problem or he doesn't. It's conceivable. It sounds believable. I'll wait till there's some evidence that suggests not.
Isn't the thing he's got going for him is that no one knows who the Commerce Secretary is, no one knows what the Commerce Secretary does, and no one will care in another day?
No, the thing he's got going against him is less the crashes and more that he was driving a foreign car.
Look, everyone feels we didn't get the truth on this thing, right, with Tim Murray. And understandable, this is a similar situation. I'm just saying, give the guy the benefit of the doubt, because that kind of behavior, unusual as it is consistent with what happens when you have some kind of a brain.
In case you're watching, Lieutenant Governor, Cosmo doesn't believe in the Cape Cod Bear, and he doesn't believe in you. There's the connection, I guess. Let's talk about Catherine Greig for a second. She's going to be sentenced today over in federal court. Her attorney wants 27 months. Prosecutors want 10 years. Which one's more likely to happen, Peter? Which is the number going to be closer to in your
Well, the number's going to be closer to the low end, I think. Look, in very hardball terms, we've got better things to do with our jail time than keep Catherine Greig in jail for 10 years. She is not, after all, Whitey Bulger. I mean, Whitey Bulger will never see the free world again, and that's the way it should be.
Split the difference, maybe minus a year or so. Look,
she'll get 36 months.
She harbored a dangerous fugitive. She did it willingly. She did it knowingly, not in the dark. She's going to do time. She deserves to, and I think, somewhere in the middle is about right.
But if she only does 3 years, I think people are really going to be like one eye open at the rest of this Whitey Bulger situation as it goes forward. Looks like the fix would be in.
What do you mean the fix? I mean, my assumption, and I have no basis. I mean, I'm just making this up. My assumption is that she's quietly cooperated with the FBI.
I totally agree. I wouldn't be surprised if Bulger even understands and acknowledges, look, you got to do what you got to do. I'm done. I'm away for good. So she cooperates to make things as good for her as she can.
Quickly, I got a minute left. Let's head to Middleboro for a second, because last night at town meeting, they passed the $20 fine for swearing in public. Are you a free speech guy, Cosmo?
That's bleeping stupid. No, I think that...
You have parents, you have kids, both of you do.
I got to tell you, swearing out loud in public is uncivil and unkind and bad behavior. I don't know if it crosses over to fine-worthy. It is a free speech issue, and you can legislate civility. I just don't know if it's the right move.
I say give the police squirt guns, and rather than fine people, just let loose with some water.
I gotta say, it's obviously a lot of people in Middleboro, and I know at least one, dropping the F-bomb left and right. I guess that's what this tells
How can
us.
two guys with young kids think it's okay to swear in public? I'm surprised at both of you.
It's not.
$20, that's
not
for starters.
Right. Every time You see
By the way,
someone
there's about
doing, you
3 or
tell
4
your kid, don't grow up to be a rude person.
What about
like this
spitting on the
person.
sidewalk?
There's about 3 or 4 words that ought to be like $100 and surchargeable if you use them in public, if you ask me.
You care to share them with us?
Not on the air. Peter Cadges of the Phoenix, Cosmo Macero of O'Neill Associates. They're the hitters.